Do you guys think he was gonna set the building on fire?
What's going on, Smile Squad? It's your girl, Amber Smiles Jones, and welcome back to my channel, Professionally Silly. So today we're gonna have a story time, or as I like to call it, what had happened was. So as a lot of you may know, I am a property manager during the day, you know, my day job. You know, I moved out here to LA to do stand-up comedy and acting and things like that in the entertainment field. If for some reason you don't know this, Los Angeles is expensive as fuck to live in. Just moving here alone, back when I had a car, my car insurance shot up $50 extra a month. It's expensive to be here. So I ended up getting a job as a property manager to help me out with my bills so that I can afford to live here. Now, in doing property management, sometimes I experience a lot of things that are weird, annoying, and very frustrating, and sometimes even dangerous. Over the years as a property manager, I have experienced a lot of things. You know when you go to like a place that usually has like old people living there and you think, oh, that's an old people smell? Nah. You know what that smell is? Roaches. If there's like a roach infestation, they have a scent. And now I've experienced that as a property manager. When you look over, you know, different properties and different residents and different tenants, some of them aren't so clean, you know what I mean? I've also experienced mice, very rude, angry, and aggressive tenants, alcoholic tenants. I've experienced a lot of things, okay? And when the dangerous things happen, there's really no procedure for it because you can't predict what's going to happen. You just have to act and do what you can. Some of the tenants, they have a hard time keeping the front door closed, the door that enters the entire apartment building, because sometimes they want to go outside, throw something away at the dumpster, or, you know, go to the liquor store down the street real quick, or what have you. Instead of just taking their keys out so they can unlock the door again and let themselves in, they prop the door open. It saves a little bit of time, but in doing so, it kind of puts everybody in danger. This is Los Angeles, okay? There's a lot of crime in this city. When you manage an apartment building in Los Angeles, I've dealt with a lot of different people. I've dealt with a lot of racist tenants. You know, there was a video not too long ago that I made a previous tenant call me a nigger. That was a tough night. I even sometimes have tenants that come to me, usually the female tenants, now that I think about it, who come to me and they're like,
there's this guy and he's outside and he looks like he's drunk. He's like right there by the door. Can you take care of that?
I'm thinking to myself, I'm sorry, is there an S on my chest that I'm not aware of? Because let me tell you something, okay? If I get shot or stabbed, just because I'm a resident manager or building manager or whatever does not mean that I'm not going to bleed. I'm not a cop. I hate when they call me to deal with things like that because there's nothing I can do. You know, I'm gonna call the police. Why don't you call the police? You saw it, don't involve me. I have enough drama as it is. Call the police. That's what the popo is for. Oh, that rhymes. So pretty much what happened was last Sunday, I think it was around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I was chilling, watching Hulu, binge watching my shows. I have a live feed of the security cameras on my television. So every once in a while, I take a look at the cameras on my television to make sure that no one has snuck into the building, no one's vandalizing anything, because it is Los Angeles and that shit happens all the fucking time. And then I'm the one who's in charge of getting it cleaned up or taking the complaint, and it's a fucking headache. So if I can catch somebody in the act, get the police here before they even know that I know that they're there, you know, I can take care of this, and then it's a done deal. But last Sunday, around 5 in the afternoon, we had a guy that just kind of, I don't know, one of the tenants left the door open. Like I said before, they do that shit all the time and it annoys the shit out of me. And he saw the door, which was kind of like cracked open, like left open, like someone closed the door slowly so that it would stay open so they could just pull it without using their key. We are not too far from a liquor store. We're like right in the sight of one. And sometimes a homeless or people who just enjoy a good drink will like to hang out in the streets, not to mention, you know, there are a lot of gangs in the area as well. They like to go over there, get their drinks, stand on the sidewalk, and they watch apartment buildings in that vicinity. They watch the entrances, who comes and goes and when, how often do people leave the doors open, things like that. And you know, that's something that a lot of thieves and burglars do. They tend to watch the properties that they want to burglarize or that they want to break into. It could be worse. They may not want to just rob you. They might want to kill someone or sexually assault someone or something like that. So it's so dangerous for people to leave their apartment building doors open just because the door to your apartment is locked and secure. You know what I mean? Why don't we just go ahead and up the ante and make sure that nobody can get into the entrance of your apartment's building? Let's go ahead and take it to the next level. Don't make it easy for them to get inside. And last Sunday, that's exactly what the fuck happened. Anyways, he gets into the building. He goes directly downstairs to where our laundry room is. Now, we've got 17 cameras on this property. He can't see them all. So I actually caught him on 2 cameras before he entered the property. He was on an additional pretty much every last camera in the building because he explored every floor. And he even turned 2 of the cameras around so you could no longer see what he was doing in those particular rooms. But he did not think to turn all 17 cameras. So I do have footage that I'm going to share with you. Okay, right here. He's entering the building. It's actually 4:51 p.m. on Sunday. He enters the building very easily because, as I said before, someone propped the door open. And he actually ends up gently closing the door behind him. I guess maybe so he can get out. Or maybe worse, maybe he's expecting somebody else to be there, to meet him there, to do God knows what. Who knows? Judging by his walk in this video, he seems gay to me. But, I mean, not really sure. He could be high, drunk, or maybe he's just whimsical. I don't know. Okay, and right here is where he turns the camera. But it's like, bitch, I saw your face already. Don't get me started on this photo. We're looking at an extraterrestrial right here. Bruh, listen, fuck you and your eyebrows, okay? How about that? Now, right here, it looks like he's looking for clean, dry clothes that he can steal from the dryer. He's also checking for quarters. That's another insinuation to me that tells me that maybe he's homeless or maybe he's looking for money for drugs, you know, but I'm thinking most likely he's homeless. And right here you can see that he has a tattoo, or maybe it's a hickey or something. I'm not really sure, but it's on his neck. Now here is where he notices the other camera, and then you can guess what he did next. Here it looks like he's trying to get into another locked door, and I think he's trying to pick the lock, but that doesn't seem to be working out for him. And I know that I don't seem scared anymore. After looking at the footage, I now know what he was. But, I mean, things could have gone differently had it been someone else, or if someone else in the building walked in on him. He could have flipped out and did who knows what. We don't know his past or what he's capable of. But, you know, I feel a lot better about it now that he's gone. He just looks so shifty to me, you know? I mean, it's kind of creepy to look at the footage. There's something about security camera footage that just seems more creepy. You know, I don't know. Looks like he was on the property for quite some time. It's after 5 o'clock, and he got here before 5. Wait a minute. What is he doing? What? Wait a minute. Let me play that back. Did you guys see that? Looks kind of like, I don't know, like he's lighting a match or something. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That same day, I remember hearing like a smoke detector, like a battery needed to be replaced or changed or something. And so when I went downstairs, you know, to turn the cameras back around, I fucking saw a battery that goes inside a smoke detector sitting on top of the dryer. I didn't think anything of it at the time. I just thought maybe it was beeping so much that maybe one of the tenants just, you know, took the battery out because they could hear it from their apartment. But come to think of it, after I put the battery back into the smoke detector, the beeping stopped. I didn't hear it anymore. That's really scary. Maybe I'm jumping the gun there. I don't know. Comment section below. Tell me what you guys think, because this is kind of crazy. Okay, so now it's 5:14 p.m. For the most part, he doesn't really seem to show any signs of being worried about getting caught or signs of leaving. He's just roaming around looking for whatever the fuck. I didn't even notice the fire or whatever that was in the footage until I was going through it to do this video. So that was kind of weird. Did not expect that. I don't even know what to say about that. That's insane. And just let this be a lesson to all of you. If you live in an apartment building and you see that your door is propped open or whatever, close it.
Close it.
And when you're exiting your building, no matter which door it is of the property, close it behind you. Because you just never know who's entering the property because you don't feel like bringing out your keys one more time. I called the police. I gave him his description. I told him what happens. Obviously, he's LAPD. They usually don't do anything unless, you know, until after something horrible has happened. Then they usually get involved. Or maybe that's police in general. I don't know. If you guys happen to be living in the Los Angeles area and you see this man, please do not engage with him. We don't know anything about him. Just contact the Los Angeles Police Department and let them know. I don't know. It just makes me uncomfortable to know that he's still out there and it pisses me off. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's go ahead and wrap up this video with some of your featured comments from the video. I had Chuck E. Cheese delivered to my house unboxing video. That was a video where I was trying to see if the Chuck E. Cheese conspiracy theory that Shane Dawson pretty much single-handedly got started, to see if Chuck E. Cheese actually reuses the pizza slices that patrons leave behind when they leave. So yeah. If you have not seen that video, the link to that video will be in the description box below. Alright, so the first comment is coming from Drea Fenty. I hope I said your name right. Drea says, is it bad that I would have still ate it? I'm greedy. That's what she said. She gave me the emoji. I love that. Drea, I mean, if you want to eat it, that's you. I, on the other hand, did not want a stomach ache, so I did not. I just think about where it came from. Chuck E. Cheese, where there's a bunch of kids running around. Kids are dirty as fuck. They touch everything, their noses, their butts, just like everything they're curious about, and then they go back, touch that pizza. Just because they didn't eat it doesn't mean it's not covered in germs. I don't care how hot that oven is. I did not eat that pizza. I couldn't do it. Alright, so the next comment is coming from Veronica Burgess, and she says, I'm pretty sure this isn't true. If it were, wouldn't employees have been out at them on this one? They ain't getting paid that much to keep a secret like this. I mean, I see what you mean, but you know, a lot of companies, a lot of corporations, they hide a lot of things, including our own government, so I don't know, that's why they call them conspiracy theories. Team Demaje says, 104 people need to get their life together and sub to get you to 8K. Matter of fact, 2,104 people need to get you to 10K ASAP. I appreciate you, man. I am really trying hard to get to 10,000 subscribers. That is my next big goal. I really hope that you guys enjoy this video when you do subscribe, you do share my content so I can get up to 10,000 subscribers. I appreciate you, Demaje, for that dope ass comment. Please subscribe! So Michelle R says, I worked at a restaurant that reused the breadsticks. Ew. They literally fired me because I refused to reserve them and I break them in half so they couldn't. A lot of shady shit happens behind the scenes in the food industry. Much love and stay lifted. You know what? I know what you mean. I used to work in a mall when I was in college. I used to be the supervisor of Spencer's Gifts. And the things that I saw in the food court, like behind the scenes, is nasty. So I gotta say, Veronica Burgess, from the other comment that I read earlier, it's quite possible. Who knows what the truth really is? Only Chuck E. Cheese does. Well guys, that ends this video. Be sure to go ahead and click that thumbs up button, share, like, and subscribe. Pretty please, pretty please, pretty please. Also, another amazing news, I do have a podcast. If you were not aware of that, you are now. It's called Professionally Silly, so make sure you go ahead and check it out. It's available on Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast. I actually record my podcast with an app called Anchor. I freaking love it. If you ever want to start your own podcast, download the Anchor app and check that shit out. Also, in other fun news, if you love my podcast already, there is a way for you to contribute to my podcast monthly, and you can do so on the Anchor app by clicking the listener support button. You can contribute 99 cents a month, you can contribute $4.99, Or you can contribute $9.99 a month, which is fantastic because that could actually help Professionally Silly, my brand, build and grow. I can get better equipment. It's a great opportunity as a content creator to be able to be paid, for the work that I do, because I put a lot of time and effort in the videos and podcasts and content that I create for you guys. So that would be awesome. Make sure you go ahead and check out my podcast. If you're not ready for a commitment, and you still would like to support the Professionally Silly brand, not a problem. You can always hit me up with my PayPal, which is going to be in the description box below, so go ahead. I ain't too proud to beg. I know you want to leave me. I'm just playing. That's my jam now. That's a good song. But I can't sing any more of it because, I might get a copyright strike or some shit. Snowballs and pickles.